Hello and good morning. Welcome to the Social Today Show. Apologies for being a couple of minutes late this morning, but very glad that you can join me on this Monday morning for a social media news roundup. Excuse me a second. That's better. Welcome everybody who's joining in for this social media news roundup on the Social Today Show. This is what we do every Monday, roundup of what's happened over the past week in the world of social networking, mainly focusing on the new features that the social networks have come out with, but some other bits and pieces of news too. Apologies for possibly a slightly lower volume than normal. I trod on my nice here it is actually my nice lapel microphone this morning, and now I've got one bit of wire and a separate lapel microphone, so gonna have to get a new replacement of that because that was working quite well. Yeah, oops is right. I hope your starts to the week are less broken than mine. Grant, hello, long time no see. Welcome to the Social Today Show. So, okay, social media news roundup. Let's see what Facebook have been getting up with over the past week. Mentions. So, Mentions is Facebook's live video service. So, only available to persons of high profile. Previously persons of high profile, well, strictly speaking at the moment only available to persons of high profile. So this is Facebook's equivalent to Periscope, but very interesting announcement last week, good morning Cheryl, that the live video service from Facebook is going to be available to everybody in the US on iOS devices, on Apple devices, very soon. And following that, it will be broadened over to Android devices, and following that, rolled out worldwide. So it's going to be interesting to see how many people embrace that, what effect that it has on Periscope, but very interesting development. And how it's going to work is that unlike the separate sort of app that is Periscope and Meerkat, you are going to be able to live broadcast directly from the share and update box. So where you normally put a post or upload an image or a video, you're going to be able to go live right from that area. So that's going to be very interesting indeed. Facebook had some results out last week, some more spectacular figures. A few of those I will share with you. So yeah, basically they had the full year 2015 results and the fourth quarter results. So their daily active user figure has grown to 1.04 billion on average, so a billion people a day, every day accessing Facebook, which is up 17%. Number of mobile daily active users, massive increase, is now up to 934 million. So as you can see, quite a high percentage of that 1.04 billion figure there. Astonishing revenue figures, now taking in about near enough 18 billion in revenue, which is up 44% year on year. And if you work that out, that basically works out at around $1.5 billion a month. And virtually all of that, well over 90% of that, is advertising. So the lesson here, folks, is make no mistake, advertising is a really important part of your Facebook strategy now, whether you're a small or a large business. And there you go. Businesses are spending $1.5 billion every month on Facebook ads. So just take that in for a moment, and you'll see that there is some significance there. Monthly users, 1.6 billion monthly users. That's usually the headline sort of figure. So basically, if you've got they're making 1.5 billion in revenue a month and 1.6 Boridar, Nigel, Boridar, 1.6 billion monthly users. That basically means we're all worth, in terms of turnover, £1 to Facebook on a monthly basis. There's going to be, in the call about the results, Mark Zuckerberg said that there's going to be a new sort of video destination within Facebook, so a bit sort of like, I guess, a sort of a YouTube type area. So that's going to be interesting. And I think the other message is looking more deeper at the stats, quite a lot of investment being made in video ads. Growth in video ads is big. So another lesson there, have you tried, leave alone ordinary Facebook ads, have you tried Facebook video ads? Because these are going to be increasingly important and one of the next big things, quote. Also, the COO, Chief Operating Officer, Sheryl Sandberg, said encourage people to measure all their ads, and you've got all the tools to do that, but not only direct response, so that means things like clicks, comments, shares, but encouraging people to use the pixel and conversion approach. So this is where you put a pixel, basically a bit of code, on your website, and you can then measure conversions. So for example, if you're an e-commerce site, then you could put this code, this pixel, on say the very last page, or the thank you page after somebody has checked out, and you can then track that whole customer journey from Facebook to purchase. So that is worth considering as part of your Facebook strategy measurement. Very, very important. And if you need help on setting up the pixel, do let me know. Something I can help you with. Twitter. So a bit of Twitter news. If you're a Twitter VIP, you're going to start seeing less adverts. So they're basically cutting down the number of ads the high-profile people on Twitter get to see. But of course, the downside of this from a marketing point of view is that you're not going to be able to broadcast, publish your ads in front of high-profile people. They're just not going to be able to be part of the targeting, and even if they fall into the other bandings in terms of interests and so on, you're not going to be able to reach them. Also, quite a few people left Twitter last week on Monday. Not sure how many it was, but it was kind of like 5 or 6. So quite a lot of turbulence happening at Twitter in terms of changes on their board. And finally, interesting development, hook up with Periscope and GoPro, which is the camera that people use, put on ski helmets, cycling and that kind of thing, usually exports, usually extreme type sports or activities. You can now live broadcast via GoPro on iOS, on Apple devices. So interesting development there. Expect to see more of that in your Twitter feeds. So I think that's pretty much it for today. Not too much other news to mention over the past week. If you spotted anything, do put it in the comments below. If you've got any comment on anything covered there, perhaps the Facebook results and what some of that means, do let me know. I'm off to the Growth Hub in Gloucester today, doing some social media clinics. There are more of these coming up. They are free, so if you would like a review of a particular social network, say you want your Facebook page reviewed, then do make an appointment direct with the Growth Hub in Gloucester, and they will book you in a slot at one of my future sessions. Okay, that's interesting. Was that the sound or was that the vision? Possibly, I am a little bit away from the router, so might be able to address that next time, Nigel. Okay, interesting, Cheryl. Thanks for the updates from you both there. Good to know. I will see if I can address that next time. But in theory, it should be a really good video and audio coming from the broadband here in Cardiff. So whatever you're doing today, have a really good day, good start to the week, and back tomorrow with a social media tip for you at 8:45. So if you're in the Growth Hub today in Gloucester, I will see you there. If not, back tomorrow 8:45.